Imagine living in a country where your passport can be seized without any explanation, leaving you stranded and powerless. That's exactly what happened in Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India case. But this case doesn't just stop there. It reshaped how we understand our fundamental rights in India. Curious? Let's dive in. The Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India case, decided in 1978, is one of the most significant judgments in Indian legal history. It not only expanded the scope of fundamental rights but also ensured that the government could no longer act arbitrarily. This case is often referred to as a milestone in the evolution of constitutional law in India. But what exactly happened? Why is this case so important? Stick around and I'll explain everything in simple words. Let's begin with a quick overview of the case. First, background of the case. Maneka Gandhi's passport was confiscated by the government without any valid reason. 2. Key issue. The conflict between personal liberty and arbitrary state action. 3. Supreme Court's verdict. A broader interpretation of Article 21, making the right to life and personal liberty more meaningful. Now, let's dive deeper into these points. Background of the case. In July 1977, Maneka Gandhi, a prominent journalist and public figure, was issued a passport under the Passport Act of 1967. However, within 6 months, the government seized a passport citing public interest but did not provide any specific reasons. This section will help you understand the circumstances that led to this historic legal battle. Maneka Gandhi challenged this action in the Supreme Court, arguing that it violated her fundamental rights under Article 40, 19, and 21 of the Indian Constitution. The government's arbitrary action raised serious questions about the limits of state power and individual freedoms. Key issue: personal liberty versus state power. The core issue in this case was whether the government's action violated the right to life and personal liberty under Article 21 of the Constitution. Here, we'll discuss why this case became a turning point in defining personal liberty. Before this judgment, Article 21 was interpreted narrowly, requiring only procedural safeguards. The court, however, emphasized the procedure established by law must be fair, just, and reasonable. This case effectively linked Article 14, equality before the law, and 19, freedom of speech, movement, and expression, with Article 21, ensuring that the three articles are read together. The landmark judgment delivered by a seven-judge bench expanded the scope of Article 21. The court ruled that personal liberty cannot be curtailed unless the procedure is fair, just, and reasonable. Let's now understand how the Supreme Court's decision impacted the interpretation of fundamental rights. This judgment also introduced the concept of substantial due process, ensuring that laws infringing upon fundamental rights would be subject to judicial scrutiny. The court highlighted that the government's action must not be arbitrary and must respect the dignity of individuals. What to do if your rights are violated? If you ever feel that your fundamental rights are being violated, here's what you can do. First, file a writ petition. Approach the High Court or Supreme Court under Articles 32 or 226 of the Constitution. 2. Consult a lawyer. Seek professional legal advice to understand your options. 3. Use legal aid services. If you cannot afford a lawyer, there are government and non-government organizations that offer free legal assistance. Here's a quick guide to help you protect your rights in case of violation. Remember, the judiciary is the guardian of your fundamental rights. If the government or any authority acts arbitrarily, the courts are there to ensure justice. The principles laid down in this case continue to influence judgments. For example, in recent years, the Supreme Court referred to the Maneka Gandhi case while discussing issues like privacy, Puttaswamy's judgment of 2017, and internet freedom, Arundhata Bhashan versus Union of India of 2020. Let's look at how the legacy of this case lives in modern legal challenges. These cases show how the judiciary ensures that fundamental rights remain dynamic and relevant in changing times. To wrap up, here's a quick recap of what we discussed. First, the background and significance of the Maneka Gandhi case. 2. How it redefined the interpretation of Articles 40, 90, and 21. 3. The importance of fair and reasonable procedures. 4. What you can do if your rights are violated. 5. The case's lasting impact on contemporary judgments. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there's any specific case you'd like me to cover next. Your support helps us to bring more such content to you. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.